But for us, it's around the adaptations that a business makes to be competitive in a digitalized world. And it's very much in the Darwin space because, the world we operate doesn't sit still. So it's changing all the time. The technologies are changing all the time. The customers' preferences and choices are changing all the time. So it really is around, how are you adapting your business on an ongoing basis? And in fact, it's how do you know what adaptations you need to make? Because you can't just sit in an ivory tower and decide, well, we're going to do things because that'll make our business competitive. It won't necessarily make your business competitive. And one of the issues that we have right across the globe is that most businesses were set up pre-digital. So they're analog organizations and often run by people who are also analog in nature. So it's how do you actually start to change the way firms think about their business? And too many organizations are organized around things they like to do, as opposed to what actually the customer is trying to achieve. And for me, it's around, if you understand what your customer is trying to do, and you understand how you could create a great experience for that customer, well, then you ask, well, okay, how can technology support, accelerate, and underpin that? But if you just start with technology, I'm afraid it's not going to change the organization because the organization will be fundamentally the same. It will just have a new piece of technology added into its existing portfolio.
Absolutely, absolutely. But how organizations know if they're good, bad, or somewhere in between in terms of starting the effort, in terms of continuing, and what's most importantly, successfully achieving the goals in their efforts?
Well, you've seen the research, and I've seen the research that says that 70% of digital transformations fail. And, it's not because of technology. It's because of the inability to, change or transform. It's also around, the unspoken differences that happen in executive teams. So people may have different views. So it actually comes back to the starting point of, well, actually, if we don't have a common definition of what we mean by digital transformation, but yet we are doing digital transformation, well, how does that work?